questions in this exam? Or is it all multiple
No,
choice?
it's 30 multiple choice questions, but there are two numerical exercises. But those are also multiple choice, but it's like 4 or 5, like typically like three or four multiple choice questions, all based off of the same thing that kind of build off of each other, similar to the practice questions.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. So just you were asking about this just now. So number 4 is Cobb Douglas. That is a constant return to scale of Cobb Douglas. That's the only one that always gives constant return to scales.
Got it. Okay.
But this is a definition problem, so I don't suggest we go
Yeah,
through that.
no
Uh,
worries.
5 might be the next one to do.
Yes.
Suppose that in a closed economy, GDP is 11,000, consumption is 7,500, and taxes are 500. What is the value of government purchase that would make national savings equal to 2,000? So there is no solution here other than the answer. Is there? So this is one of the equations. I think we're just using maybe the y equals consumption plus taxes,
Yeah.
perhaps. Um,
Is it C plus T equals Y?
and let me go back and look. This is, I
Because I
don't
know
have,
it's like C plus I plus G equals Y.
okay, like this.
Yeah. But
Okay,
I know there are like other equations. Um, Let me see. He does have.
I've just based on the answer, like G is going to be, well, maybe go look. I got to go back to your other emails to get,
All good.
let me actually go to the notes, be faster.
Let me find. And what are we given it as? So we have Y.
C plus I plus G. Okay. Assumptions, we got 7,500. Taxes, why isn't taxes?
Um,
Okay, let me go to the other email.
no, that doesn't work. I don't even know where to start with this one.
Yeah, I'm still looking for more equations. We've got the C plus I plus G, but then we also have, I don't know why is the T minus C plus TR. We added T into one of these equations with transfer payments,
Yes.
but budget deficit, so that deficit or surplus. So the budget, we had a budget equation, which was the deficit here equation was government spending plus transfer payment minus taxes. But I'm
Yes.
not seeing how it comes in here. Taxes are 500, consumption.
Total national savings equals Y minus C minus G.
Yes. So that's investment. That's your I. Your I is Y minus C minus G.
Yes.
Okay.
What value government purchases? So basically, like, it would be minus G. Could you like formulate it to be minus G plus X?
Minus G plus X.
Or like, because if you made the equation be, okay, wait, what value of national savings? 2000 is equal to, if GDP is 11, so 2000 is equal to 11,000. Consumption, oh, but taxes isn't in that, but taxes could be, I don't know how taxes plays into.
Yeah, I'm really, so I mean, if I just used like the numbers here and I go off of what the answer is, which is, I mean, this is kind of a dangerous thing to do, but we'll just try that for a moment here.
Yeah.
The only way to get to 1100 is to use 11,000, 7,500, and the 2,000. That's the only way to get to a shortage of 1,500. But I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Let me see if taxes. So it would be minus G, but plus 500. I'm like so just putting in random numbers.
Here, let me, I've got something here. I don't know but it does say that Y equals C plus I plus G. I think that's what we said from the beginning, C plus Y. And then we're saying that Y is 11,000, consumption is 7,500, and investment in this problem equals savings for some reason.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, does it say that?
But that's just like I think that's a rule I remember from
Okay.
class. Investment
So,
equals net.
so plus G. So you solve for G. G is 1,500. And so that gets you down to either A or B.
Well, no, because what value of, wait, what is the question? Sorry.
It says at what value would the government have a budget deficit or surplus? At that value, would the government? Okay, so they only took in 500. So the way I've solved here, the G value ends up being 1,500, but that's the value of government purchase would make national savings equal to 2,000. So to me, it's like they're short $1,500 because the taxes are 500 and they really want savings to be 2,000.
Yeah. me see if I can find. Oh, let me see. This might actually have it. Nope, that's for the spring. Let's see. And this is for. Okay, I think I may have.
And you can see the screen correctly.
I found some examples. So let's see. If I. Oh. This is not helping. Let's see, is there a question? I'm trying to see if I can find the equations in this. Okay, I found something. So here it's y g is you get to g equals 1500, but then you have to do t minus g minus tr is equal to g is equal to 500, because so that's what taxes are apparently equal to.
We
and
did.
then
I thought we had something earlier like savings private equals T minus G. And that's the 2000 equals, well, I don't know. Does that at all? Maybe not.
I don't know, maybe.
Go back and
But then I think you would then plug in that you somehow get is equal to negative 1500 minus TR. So it's in a deficit. Yeah, that's all I got though. That's all the help. Okay. Public savings is equal to T minus G minus TR.
yes, that's
So
right. That's public. T minus G minus TR. Yeah.
yes.
And
So
doesn't it say
then-
that the national savings? Well,
when you put, but then you somehow set that equal to 500.
we
Because
know
public
that
savings is the tax revenue less the government
yes,
spending
we
transfer.
so that's where if you believe that what we just said that G is 1500, then it would be minus 1000.
Yeah.
Which is not consistent with the answer.
I'm gonna look more into that. I think we can just move on because I have no clue what that's doing.
Okay, so 10 looks to be the next most reasonable one for us to do. It's a numerical problem here. and I actually can explain it if there's a question.
Okay.
11's also next. Okay, suppose that someone offered you some amount of money today or $1,500 in 5 years, and the interest rate is 4%. This is the present value calculations that we've been doing
Okay.
over and over again. So this is the $1,500 over 1 plus the interest rate to the power of 5.
Oh,
Because the idea is like, what is that money really worth today?
okay. And so I can do you get 1,232.89.
Yes.
Cool. So that's like your break even.
Yeah, that you'd have to get at least that much today for it to be worth doing.
Got it. Okay. That's simple enough.
All right, number 11 is another Cobb-Douglas thing. The solution is actually kind of complicated, but it says here, if in a year the wage grew 4% and labor grew 2% and capital grew 4%, by approximately how much did the labor share grow? And then it says you can use the approximation formulas, some useful properties of growth rates. Did you happen to?
Yes, I do have that.
So the labor share formula is very straightforward. I don't know why this works, but it says GW plus GL minus GY is the formula, and they're giving you all 3 of those.
Okay.
So there's like a bunch that I guess leads into this, but it's like 4 plus 2 minus 3 is 3%. But this is probably important to know.
Okay. That
isn't
makes
it-
sense. And if I knew nothing about this, I probably would have guessed 3 because it's in between 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Uh,
We've done a number of sessions here, and like the first question we did today took almost 25 minutes. This question took 1 minute if you know the formula. Your time limit on the exam probably will indicate that you don't have a lot of complicated things to do in this exam. Like you
Yeah.
can't be doing long drawn out calculations.
yes. Okay, got it.
Okay,
Yeah,
looks
these tests just go against my whole, like, I am so bad at taking these types of tests,
they're tough. They're really tough.
but that's okay.
Okay, 14 refers to scenario 1. Okay, let me snip in scenario 1. Okay, public savings is equal to, so you have to get an equation for public savings
Mhm.
that we've been using. And then we're going to use some of these numbers to determine that value.
Yes.
Do you happen to have anything there?
Let me look.
Basically savings public. I think we said it was T minus G.
T minus G minus TR is savings public.
Okay, good. So you're given T, G, and TR. It's just like the last problem. It's not going to be very math intensive.
Plug and chug. My
Yes.
my professor's favorite thing to say, and his like deep Italian voice is like, You just have to plug and chug. Just plug and chug.
Yeah, I usually think of chugging in another context, but good. But if this is that may be that to me that says there will be a formula for every single problem that if you can have it, maybe on your first page of notes is the formulas, the formula sheet.
Yeah, I think I might be allowed to bring in this like formula sheet that he posted. I need to double check on that, but that would be incredibly helpful if I could bring it in.
Yeah. This one's not open note, or it is.
This one is, but we can't
Okay.
have, so it's open note, but we can't have past exam questions. The reason for that is because there are quite literally past exam questions that are just put in there.
Mhm.
I
see.
Or like slightly changed around. So basically my plan from 6 p.m. to like midnight tonight and then tomorrow morning is to go through a bunch of past exams and just like do them so I know them.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the test.
Got it. So this is 0.2. So the question is, why is it A and not B? I believe the answer is A. Is that clear? Because it's a surplus. Surplus means that taxes are greater than government purchases.
Government. Because we're getting more than we're paying.
Yeah, it depends on the
And
perspective.
also because the public savings is positive, right?
It is that's the
Or-
first number. The first number is
Okay.
because public savings is positive, because it could be positive for other reasons, I guess.
Got it. Because like transfer payments could be like negative.
I don't know. Yeah, the math works out. But like this is where someone really knew economics, which is not me, they would probably tell you, oh, C and D are impossible, and then you would know to go to A and B. But I don't know that. I just know to use the formulas.
All good.
Okay, so now 15, we can do 15. It's another formula here. Private savings. So do you have a formula for private savings?
So, okay, I'm not private. I know private national okay, savings national is equal to savings public plus savings private, meaning savings private is equal to savings national minus savings public. Savings national is equal to I, which is equal to Y minus C minus G.
Okay. Yeah. So I is Y minus C minus G. Where does GDP? I'm sorry. No, I shouldn't be asking, but where does GDP play in? Is that typically Y?
GDP is Y.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure here. So you
No,
have
you're good.
you are given C, you are given G. You
And you're
just
given Y. So that you're just like plugging it in then, essentially.
5 minus 3.1 minus 0.7 is 1.2. And then you're subtracting.
The 0.2 that we just found for public savings.
Yes.
Or no, we're adding it. We're adding that.
Well, I'm using this second equation. 1.2 equals savings public, which is what we're trying to find, plus savings private, which is 0.2 that we calculated in part.
Yes.
I'm sorry. That's backwards. I'm sorry.
Okay, wait. I think I said it wrong because it's national minus public equals private. So it would be the minus 0.2 we found for public savings in the question before.
Yeah, if you're going right to that, I was using the national as public plus private.
Okay, yeah, I got one.
Okay. What's the time limit for the test?
An hour and 15, an hour and 10, I believe. Something like that.
All right. Again, back to scenario one. they're giving you I in this equation. So it's the relationship between the real interest rate and the investment I is given by this equation. If, for example, R equals 10, this means the real interest rate is 10%. The equilibrium interest rate for this economy is, and
Okay, so we know, oh, okay. I would, because we know I is national savings. We just found that national savings is equal to 1. 1 equals 10.78 minus 3.03 R.
that looks pretty good. Let's solve it and see if it actually works.
What minus?
I thought, okay, so I don't get a number that's here. Is it possible this is supposed to be 1.2?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Then it does appear to work.
Yes, because that's the 1 is for private savings, not national.
These answers are close enough together that I would not try to justify it as being close. I would recognize that there was a mistake in the calculation.
Yeah. 03R, which gives us negative 9.58. 3.03R divided by negative 3.03 R equals 3.1617. Perfect. Okay. Well, I would have gotten those 3 questions right, so that's good to know.
Yeah, do the ones you know first and then leave time for the ones you don't know last.
Yeah.
I'm moving ahead to 21. I'm skipping problems that don't have any numerical calculations. We can go back to
Yes.
those for now. All right, consider the following economy in period T. The level of income is 600, so that's why the government spending multiplier is 3. That'll probably come into play somewhere. And the only tax on income is 25%, so that's been tau. The current budget deficit is 30. There are no transfer programs, and the debt in period T minus 1 was 100. So we had some glorious equation for this that the solution doesn't show, but we did have that in one of the other
Yes.
things that we did. See if I can go find it real quick. Okay, so the idea was the DE in the next period, the DE in T plus 1 was equal to government spending in the previous period plus Social Security plus unemployment benefits in the previous period. So these are your TRs in the previous period.
Yeah.
And then there was more here. Sorry, just trying to find that
Okay.
again. Where is my, then there's my G plus SS plus UB, but then there's taxes somewhere. So in our notes, I did a better job of sort of organizing this, but there are there's an overarching equation which I can't quickly get here, but oh boy,
Let me
where is it?
see if I can find.
So there was this 1 plus I, but that was if it had a deficit. Multipliers 3. All right, let me just try and do it from the solution. All right, so I think I'm making this overly complicated. I see here what the solution is trying to get you to do. It says that the new debt equals the budget deficit plus 1 plus I times the debt from the previous period. So the debt in the new period equals the interest that increases on the old debt plus any budget deficit.
Okay, got
And
it.
then-
I
and
think
so-
so yes, that's the debt equation.
And so now it's just a matter of figuring out, well, what does all this mean?
Yeah.
They give you the debt in the current period as 100, or the previous period is 100. So I think that's this right here, this 100.
Okay.
The actual budget deficit is 30. So that's this number here. But then there's more debt from the previous period. So there's this other number, this 42.5. Where does that come from? All right, let me just try to start it the way they do. So they're saying that the T is tau times Y. Tau is 0.25. Y is 600. So that's 150. So that's the taxes that they collected. They're saying that the budget deficit is 30, meaning that they don't have, they didn't collect enough. So didn't we say something like T minus G equals something? No, because that's oh yeah. Your deficit is we know that it's $30 short, and that it's 150 minus G gets you there. I don't know if I like that or not, but the shortage is the taxes minus the government.
Got it.
So this ends up being that G is 180. All right. So G now goes up by 50. So that's said somewhere in the problem. They say that they just decide to increase government spending to $50. So you got G goes 180 plus 50, that's 230. And then they say that Y, there's a multiplier of 3 on, why is it times 50? I don't know why they multiply by 50 there.
It might be, and let me find is it the government spending multiplier?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's government spending is 50. It's 3 times 50 is 150.
It's the amount of marginal increase in output induced by a marginal increase in government spending by 1. That is the functions we have used. Oh, because we increased it by 50, because it's multiplied the 50 by 3 because
Of the multiplier. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So they're saying now that Y becomes 600, which is the previous level of income, plus the 150 we just found, which is 750. Your taxes is still tau times Y, 0.25 times 750, 187.5. And so the government, we said that it was going to, it was short, but we added 50 to it. So it's 230 G minus T. There's a T minus G.
So it'd be 230 minus 187.5.
Yeah, I guess if we do it the way I've been proposing, which is T minus G, which maybe is not correct. I don't remember. Is it T minus G or G minus T? It's T minus G, I guess. So that it ends up, you know, you get the 187.5 minus 230 is minus 42.5, which is the new deficit.
Minus 230, which equals, which is the new deficit. Okay.
So the idea is that if we go back to all the way from the beginning, our budget deficit plus the debt carryover plus the government, so we got our budget deficit's 42.5. There's I think this is missing like a plus DE star or something for that 30, but the debt from the previous was given as 100, but there's no interest rate here. I is 0, which
So
is
it just
why
stays 100.
yeah. So what I'm seeing here is that the calculation, the way they're doing it is they're going 42.5 plus 30, which I don't really know where that comes from, but the 100 is definitely from the debt. So I feel like that 30 is the actual budget deficit. I remember seeing something about actual deficit and then another deficit calculation. What was it here? Cyclical, primary,
And
structure.
structural.
But I just don't know where that 30 comes from. Like, I don't know where that fits into this equation. But I know the actual budget deficit and the actual debt is.
The actual is when, because so it's when government outlays are higher than tax revenue.
Okay.
I
mean, that is the.
And so.
I mean, it says the deficit is 30, but why did we do all this calculation for the new budget deficit after the policy? Maybe this was the deficit from the previous year.
Because okay. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oh, the debt equation. Okay. The debt is equal to the deficit in T.
Okay.
Plus the 1 plus I times the debt in T minus 1.
Right. Is it just to the two terms? Because here there's 3. Like the equation you said is the.
Are they adding? Is it 30
Yeah.
times 100?
No, it's adding it's the current budget deficit plus the old budget deficit plus the debt, unless they're wrapping in the old budget deficit into the old debt.
Interesting.
I
don't know where that would come from because I don't know how you would get it to be adding.
If you read the equation here, like the way it's written, this is where my confusion comes from is it says new budget deficit after the policy. That's what we calculate. That's 42.5 plus the 1.9 times the debt from the previous. That's this 100. I don't know where that 30 is coming from other than it's the old budget deficit.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I'll watch the video explaining it and see if there's anything.
Okay.
But
is there someone actually working through these problems or just ones like it?
Yeah, working through like these things. So hopefully that question will be in it. But okay, yeah, the numerical exercises. So there's 2 on every test. Yeah.
All right. So let's see what we got here. Oh, there's an actual question somewhere. There it is.
Yeah, there's like 5, 6 questions that will refer to that.
What is the period T real interest rate, aka the rental rate of capital? This is got to be a formula. Like it's got to be a
What's the period real interest? Let me see. Real interest rate equals, okay, alpha AK of T, like T on the bottom, and then on the top of K, alpha -1. And then LT1 minus alpha,
oh, okay. I guess we did do this.
the real interest rate. Yeah.
All right. They're giving you K of T. They're giving you L of T. They're telling you A is 1. That's important. And do you know alpha? Is that the 0.3? Or I mean, okay, so the answer to this one is, I mean, this may be too much here. Because the answer is 30%, which feels strongly like
so
it's
it would
like
just
it
be
is
the
like it is
rental
that.
rate of, yeah.
But I don't know why. I don't understand that.
Well, if it's the rental rate of capital, the capital share of,
I don't think it can be that simple of just being
yeah.
that number. We did something here where we made this like we ended up putting this on the bottom, and it ended up being like K over L to the power of alpha -1 or 1 minus alpha. We switched to L and K. There, it's 1. So 1 to any power is, so that maybe that's why it ends up being the alpha level, because this A is 1, and then because K equals L, when they're the same, 1 to any power is 1. So it just drops out to being just alpha in this equation, which is maybe why
Okay.
it's B.
And that, okay,
maybe
that makes sense if it is that. Yeah.
All right, 23 doesn't seem to have any steps available to it.
National savings.
Physical level of capital in country 1 is 21.43. So, and we've said a couple times here that I is savings, or national savings is savings private, savings public.
Yes.
But why would that help here? The physical capital in country 1 is 21.43. I'm not sure how that plays in here. And how do you get savings private from this?
Well,
This
it's physical capital.
Is it
Oh.
is it the whole like Y equals I or plus C plus
What is the amount of national savings? Savings is like the Y, yeah, the Y minus C minus G, which is Huh. I don't know. I'll probably have to go through the videos on this because
It says the capital share is 0.3, but I thought that was alpha. G capital. What was the amount of national savings? Yeah, not sure here.
that is okay.
All right, well, fortunately we do have to stop here. I know we didn't get through
That's
everything.
all good. No worries.
There's a lot here, but